I'm Chalky Bob Smith from Warhope Bonny Hills Surf Lifesaving Club, Life Governor of our club and Life Member of Surf Lifesaving Australia. And I've been asked to give a rundown or a history of surf lifesaving, particularly march past and R&R over the last 100 years. It is widely thought that the surf lifesaving march past event evolved from the servicemen in surf clubs returning from World War I, being used to marching behind their regimental and battalion flags. It has been voted one of the most successful and popular publicly watched events in the history of surf lifesaving competition. The first Surf Lifesaving Australian Championships were held at North Stane in Sydney in the 1919-20 season. There were introductory competition events including surf boats, surf teams, beach sprints, rescue and resuscitation events, and of course a march past grand parade. At this event there were only 10 teams participating, and the march past teams comprised of a standard bearer, beltman, 4 reelmen with 2 on the drum, and 3 rear back lines. March past competition has continued for 100 years, reaching the milestone this season in 2019-20. and would have been celebrated with a massive turnout at the Australian Championships at Broadbeach. Warhope Bonny Hills has an outstanding record in march past competition and R&R competition since it reformed in 1958. Our ladies auxiliary march past team were very successful in branch championships in the Mid-North Coast from 1959 to the mid-1970s. The women's team were only ever exhibition events throughout these years, because women could not become full active lifesavers until 1980. Warhope Bonny Hills march past teams and R&R teams have competed in Mid-North Coast Branch, New South Wales Country, New South Wales State and Australian Championships. March past and R&R both instill team spirit, loyalty, coordination, mateship, discipline and pride. The carrying of the flag, the reel and the club colours consolidate the trademark of surf lifesaving in Australia and around the world for 100 years now. These features have been evident in our own club, with Warhope Bonny Hills proudly flying the red, white and blue banner on many beaches all around Australia since our inception, including the Old Warhope Club for a total of 93 years.
Hi, Kath Nennis here. I would consider myself an average swimmer with Ranger determination. Our coaches, Chalky Bob and manager Bob Woodger, must have noticed something in me as I was placed in an R&R team. We also had a great march past coach called Bobby Hanson, and he moved from North Cronulla Surf Club with his family to Warchoppy, so we had endless dry training days at our local pool where the Bindies loved us. We were a young march past team but did great at all carnival levels. As a member of the Warhope Bonny Hills Surf Lifesaving Club, I was able to have the opportunity to have a crack at any event at all carnivals. Ultimately, R&R became my specialty. At one stage, our club was nearly the only one that had mixed teams competing against all male teams. One of the 4-man R&R teams that I was in became well-oiled machine basically, and we could probably do our positions in our sleep. Our belt swimmers were great at what they did. This was a position was my least favourite. I was more than happy to be the reelman. Our 6-man R&R team was also top-notch, and I think back when you had to line up with your team and pull out a number out of the bag from the officials, and I was so relieved not to get number 2, the beltman position. I reckon my team had a sigh of relief as well. We all had our strengths and skills to make it a great team. There was 3 females and 3 males. Since the belt swim was also timed, I never wanted to let them down.
This came through from Kay Kilmurray Bain. I can't do this video, I've got an ancient handset. I can only text this through. The highlight memory for me during my time with Wauchope Bonny Hills Surf Club is when I was a member of our 1965 Branch Championships team. We were coached by Charlie Laws. Not quite Charlie's Angels, but certainly a great win, and thanks to Charlie for his special way we had to squeak the sand with our footwork. I still put my feet into the sand the same way to this day. It's a very effective technique to keep head and body in balance during the march. My best wishes to old friends and 3 cheers for Wauchope Bonny Hills, best club on the planet. All the best for a fun tribute to all of us girls. Love, Kay.
My name's Lynn Burke. I joined Wauchope Bonny Hills Surf Club back in 1979-80, where I did march past and R&R. We had great competition teams. We had a great group of boys and girls. So from a country club, that's what you had. And we competed at state and branch and all our local carnivals. One of my funniest memories was at a branch carnival at Cape Hawke. 4 girls and had to carry the reel on this particular day. So we didn't have a separate march past reel and R&R reel, we had one. So the girls had to carry the reel. About a quarter of the way through, I started dropping the handle because it was too heavy. So one of the boys had to stop, come in and get it. I'm now a march past official and an R&R official.
Well, I joined the surf club in 1958, decided to start this march past team with Wally Sneddon coaching us, and we had to pay for our own swimmers, and a lady, Mrs Morgan, had a hat shop in town and she made all our hats. We trained in Bain Park, which had about 2 lights in it now. It's a big park in the middle of town. Potholes everywhere, grass roots and stumps and paspalum. And I had to carry a bucket of sand because I couldn't swing my arm at the right time. So I had to have this bucket of sand to swing so my foot would be lifting in the right succession. I'll probably still do it if I went there today. We were very, very successful. We won every march past in the branch for a whole season, and we won this fantastic trophy, and we had to clamber into the back of a ute to get a lift home from Bonny Hills, and I clambered in with the trophy and dropped it and broke it in half. But never mind, we won some more after that.
Excitement and team spirit are the words that come to mind when I think about the Wauchope Bonny Hills group of 12 women that competed at the country championships in the march past and won the gold medal. We had a great coach in Chalky Bob Smith, and as well as competing and winning the gold medal, we also formed many great long friendships.
Hi, I'm Denise Everingham, near Flanagan. I joined the Wauchope Bonny Hills Surf Club when I was about 17. The march past team was our biggest thing. Some of our teammates were Linny Roods, Rhonda Roods, Trish Schubert, Jan Brown, Joy Laws, Sally Huntington, Sandra McGlinchey, Helen Branston. There are only some that I can remember. Loved going to all the carnivals, and it was a big competition between a couple of towns. One in particular, Port Macquarie, were very competitive, and Wauchope were very, very competitive. And anyway, this particular day they were certain that they were going to win, and lo and behold, we come up trumps again, and they had been and got all these Corningware coffee percolators for the prizes for each and every competitor, and I have to this day still got my Corningware coffee percolator.